ladies and gentle queers, I am back and refreshed and feeling shadier than ever. Let's begin.
Give me your wig. Give me your wig. Give me your wigs. You don't know what to do with it. Give me your wig.
Now, before we begin, of course, I'm going to make sure that you're going over to patreon.com/AdrianExpression. I want to send a special thank you to the patrons who literally picked every single topic that I'm going to be discussing in this video. Also, a podcast episode is coming up on Tuesday. Usually I do my live streams on Monday, but if you want to hear me talk some more, an extended period of time, close to an hour, over an hour long, go ahead over to patreon.com/AdrianExpression. Tuesday, I will be putting up another podcast episode. Now, I hope that you all had a very safe and fulfilling Thanksgiving holiday. And of course, while I was sitting my ass down for Thanksgiving, there were a lot of things that happened. So I'm going to talk about a few of them. Like I said, the patrons picked it. Thank you so much. The first one we're going to be talking about is Kevin Hart. Now, Mr. Kevin, when it comes to Mr. Kevin, Mr. Hart, I'm not too surprised by anything that comes out of his mouth, right? Like, he has shown us repeatedly who he is, and there are some people who, I don't know, like, y'all refuse to see this man for who he is. It's just like really interesting, really weird. So the whole thing started off when I guess there's this new and up and coming app called Clubhouse. Somebody made like a little room, a chat room. It's like an audio chat thing, I think. And the room was entitled, "Is Kevin Hart Funny?" And it's just like, we already know the answer to that question. I don't know why y'all keep asking the same questions over and over every single year, like, we already know. We know. There's really nothing up underneath that dusty ass scalp other than like misogyny and homophobia. Like, it's just, that shit is, y'all are asking questions we already know the answer to. So apparently he went in there, like, he saw that there was a fucking chat room, I guess an audio chat room with that title. He went in there and I guess he started defending his name. Now, for me, I'm nobody's rich and famous, right? I'm giving you very much payment plan tease. But my thing is, if I had that much money, I would not be sitting around here worried about if hoes think I'm funny or whatever. Like, it's just so strange for people to come down and do that. That's the first thing, especially when you're so rich. That's the first thing. The second thing is he said some of the things that we kind of expect from him and people like him. I guess the topic of discussion pissed his ass off. And he's just like, black people, we love to tear each other down. And he used Bill Cosby as an example of that. And it's just, I want people to understand that when people say things like that, it's like, we expect, this is what they're saying in their heads, we expect to do whatever the hell we want to you, abuse you, mistreat you, whatever. And if you hold us accountable, if you dare do that translates to them as tearing black people down. And it's insane, but as we get further into who he actually is, it's not surprising, okay? This is somebody who, I guess he was on his special, I didn't watch that shit, on his special talking about his teenage daughter has whole tendencies. I just cannot imagine, it's like, as a father, you saying that shit just to the whole like motherfucking world. Apparently he was on Clubhouse defending that shit, doubling down, so that she got whole tendencies. Not that this is what he said. He said that he did not call his daughter a hoe, that she has whole tendencies.
The joke about my daughter and me referencing my daughter having hoe-like activity, I gave an answer to it. Here's what it is, guys. I'm not calling my daughter a hoe. I'm saying what she did is hoe-like activity. I called 3 former hoes that I knew and asked them, is this hoe-like activity? We had a conversation about it.
To me, that is the weirdest shit ever to be, but that's misogyny. That's how a lot of these idiots treat women, no matter if they're in their family or not, right? It don't matter if they black women, that's how a lot of them treat them. To me, it's very interesting that he wants to point fingers, even his whole flesh and blood wants to point fingers about who's hold this and hold that, when he was the one, then he cheat on his ex-wife, then he cheat on his wife now when she was pregnant. It's just like, that's why you tie that shit back to the Bill Cosby thing. When people like him are held accountable, it feels like an attack. It feels like he's just literally doing whatever the hell he wants, and he calling his daughter a hoe. Like, girl, sit your mini-me ass down somewhere. Tiffany Haddish was in there. I guess they were having conversations. Tiffany Haddish was in there. She was apparently calling black women angry black woman. and saying that white women don't get angry like black women do. And it's interesting that Tiffany Haddish is, you know, feeding into these stereotypes of black women when, no shade, but Tiffany Haddish is walking in a stereotype. Oh, I probably should have said that, but she's a walking stereotype. And like, so many people are trying to defend her, like, oh, that's Tiffany's form of comedy, blah, 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 blah. But like, girl, you can't be talking about, oh, black women, they're angry, when you sit over here, your whole career is just like, that shit is so weird. So whatever. Then he gonna say he says stupid shit because he's trying to promote. And it's just like, girl, the people who think the shit you're saying is stupid are not watching your show, girl. Like, so I don't know. He's, oh, it's marketing. That's like, I can't promote like I normally promote. Just marketing. Okay, girl. Because I'm not gonna watch your shit. I haven't watched that shit. But I will definitely drag your ass. And I also heard that black women were in there trying, like, asking legitimate questions. And it was essentially like, girl, shut the fuck up. And he was only like really entertaining black men. And it's just like, y'all need to just have a circle jerk at this point. Like, all you misogynist ass, like, destructive ass black men in the community need to just hang around each other, circle jerk, and leave us the fuck alone. I'm so tired of hearing Kevin Hart. I'm so over it. So the patrons want me to talk about Jake Paul versus Nate Robinson. I'm just like, Ms. Mama, there's really not much to say. There's not much to talk about. Like, girl, first of all, I cannot believe, I don't know, I'm gonna tread a little bit lightly because I can only imagine how he feels with all these memes and shit popping up about him. But I'm just like, that's the risk that you take when you answer in the ring with these motherfuckers. That's the first thing. Like I said in my description, I'm just like, I don't know. Like, you would really have to pay. I think they both made like $600 for the match each. If somebody's beating my ass, girl, you're gonna have to up the ante. You need to cash out. I'm talking about Travis Porter. Make it rain, trick. Make it rain, trick. That's the only way that you're gonna get me to purposefully, like voluntarily, step into a ring, get my ass beat. And even then, it would really have to be where I do it only one time and I'm set for the rest of my life. Like, there's no way. I'm not walking into nobody's ring to beat. No, I ain't got no hands like that, sis. I keep me weapons on me, ho. So it's just like, I don't fight the way y'all hoes fight. I'm like, I'm gonna slice some shit up. Okay, you know, these men love to do that type of weird shit. Like, the only way I'm fighting with somebody, like, voluntarily is a debate or something. You know what I mean? Let's have a panel discussion. That's where you see this big ass head that I got. I use it in that way. I'm not headbutting anybody. You know. So Jake Paul came in there, and the memes that came from Jake Paul knocking the hell out of Nate Robinson, he's an ex-NBA player. The memes that came out of it were just, you know, I would have to avoid the internet if I was Nate. I'm telling you that shit right now. Them girls said the ancestors are disappointed. I'm telling you right now, for me personally, if that happened, I would just have to change careers. I'd be like, yo, what's up? Maybe I'll turn into a YouTuber like Logan Paul and start some beef on YouTube or something like that. I'm not fighting you hoes again. I'm not fighting you hoes again. And I'll be like, you know, next time I go in the ring, it would get very much like, put some secret potion, like Melisandre ass potion, Harry Potter ass potion on your boxing gloves, and then I'll participate in a rematch if that's the case. But if there's no magic potion on these knuckles, you know, I would tell Jake Paul he could keep it. I hate that for Nate so much. So apparently Kelsey is taking notes from some people around here, and she decided to go on the internet and drag her ex-best friend, Meghan the Stallion. She was mad. And Meghan was just like, okay. I don't know, honestly, maybe someone can explain this in the comments. What exactly was happening with that shit? I mean, I saw maybe Kelsey was mad that Meghan was fucking around with the same nigga. I don't know if that nigga was Tory Lanez. It's just a lot of confusing shit. Then I think Kelsey gonna say, oh, I was mad at Meghan and that's why I didn't check in on her after she got shot. It was just, and she won't confirm or deny whether Meghan got shot. It's just, correct me if I'm wrong, it's just a bunch of weird shit. Yeah, like I said, Kelsey's her ex-best friend, and I guess she thought she caught some strays in Shots Fired, the first song on Meghan's new album. Maybe it was written in code and that's how Kelsey picked it up, but she got pressed. I guess she let some producer gas her ass up to do some type of diss against Meghan Thee Stallion. This shit sounded like this. I know I tweeted that shit already, but it really sounded like, you know how in elementary school you had to, everyone I guess was required to learn how to play the recorder, that great value ass flute. A whole classroom of first and second graders on their fucking tired ass recorders. That's exactly what Kelsey's diss track sounded like. It's called Bustin' Back, and it wasn't busting. It wasn't giving. Mama, I want you to go back to the drawing board. Matter of fact, etch a sketch. Don't even go to the drawing board. Get etch a sketch. Get something where you can color within the lines or something. Because this was not it. And I know that I am, crafting my identity when it comes to music and rap and whatever the fuck I'm trying to do, pop music. But girl, that definitely was not it, mama. Like, you should have never let that ass gas you like that. Maybe just drag Meghan, drag her all on the internet all you want. But as far as taking it to the diss track, when you're not a rapper like that, and it really did sound like a bunch of dogs that accidentally got their paws stepped on. It's just, Kelsey, we're good. We're good. So I wasn't sure whether to cover this or not, just because of the type of topic that it is, but like I said, the patrons wanted me to speak about it, so I'll do it really quickly. Since we're talking about one Meghan, let's talk about another, Meghan Markle. She recently went to the New York Times, I think it was, and she wrote a piece entitled "The Losses We Share." And she shared with us the fact that she experienced a miscarriage, I think in July. She said she was holding Archie or something like that. She felt a very strong cramp and she knew that something was wrong. She also talked about the stigma. I think that could be a correct word to describe how people view it. Like the stigma behind speaking about miscarriage. Talked about that and how people kind of don't really know how to talk about it, or when someone goes through that shit, they feel like they're alone. I saw someone on Twitter talking about, like, when I experienced my miscarriage, I scoured the internet looking for articles like this just to feel like I was not alone in this. And I think Meghan definitely accomplished that. That seems like that was her goal in sharing her story. But it's interesting to me how much hate she gets, and it seems like it's never gonna go away. She shared that she had her miscarriage and people were just like, oh my God, why would she share that? How could she share that at this time? It's just like they try to mask the racism. They try to mask the sexism behind bullshit, terrible comments on the internet. And it's just like, I see what y'all trying to do. They do not like Meghan ass. Like, some people, they don't. And it's just like, wow, even at one of her most vulnerable moments, sharing her story and trying to help the lives of others, or just with some words of encouragement, the bitches are still mad. These people are not going to be satisfied no matter what she does. So the only thing that she can do, the only thing that we all can do, is live our goddamn lives. Like, my gosh, it was ugly. And I know this was like a couple of days ago, almost, I want to say closer to a week ago she said this shit, but it was really ugly how they treated her. All right, so let's talk about the last topic that the patrons sent in, and of course that is Biden's cabinet. I'm gonna talk about some of them, but before I get to that, I think it's really hilarious. Like, I'd be cackling, laughing, watching some of these people who were literally pissing on progressives, talking about y'all are trying to sabotage the party, y'all are just mad, we can push Joe Biden left, we can push him left. It's so hilarious to watch those same people talk about, oh my God, what about the black representation? Oh my God, but this person did some horrible shit in previous, in the government previously, and now Joe Biden's gonna put them in the cabinet? What the fuck did you bitches expect? Oh, we can push him left. Okay, girl. Like, you hoes really think you're Beyonce talking about to the left, to the left? Girl, it's not gonna happen. It's not gonna happen. Let's discuss some of the issues that people have with some of Biden's picks. So apparently the administration is eyeing Antony Blinken to be Secretary of State, and Michelle Flournoy, she's gonna be running the Pentagon. But they are coming under fire for their work in their consulting firm. It's called West Exec or something like that. Their client list is secret, and Michelle is closely tied with defense contractors. Then you move on to who the administration is eyeing for CIA chief. Michael Morrell, I think, he was apparently defending Bush-era torture programs. Neera Tanden, apparently they want her ass to be in charge of the Office of Management and Budget. She's a former Obama White House official, I think. The Intercept in 2015 got some emails that leaked that really just displayed the good sis's dedication to imperialism and bombing holes. One quote from that article said, Emails show Tandon arguing that Libyans should be forced to turn over larger portions of their oil revenues to repay the US for the costs incurred in bombing Libya, on the grounds that Americans will support future wars only if they see that the countries attacked by the US pay for the invasion. So essentially, Miss Nira said that after we bomb you girls, we need to take y'all oil in order to repay us the expense that it took to bomb you bitches. This is terrible. And then of course we have Rahm Emanuel, if that's how you pronounce his goddamn name. We already know what he did in Chicago. We already know his shitty record on police and police brutality. We remember how he sat on the footage around the 2014 Laquan McDonald shooting for more than a whole goddamn year, and yet the Biden administration is trying to put this man into the Department of Transportation. Them girls are thinking that because of the development that they want in this country when it comes to transportation, that the DOT is going to be, Department of Transportation is going to be in charge of like 20 to 25% of the goddamn economy. So it's like, at this point, it's just blatant, and they love to really pull in these like identity points when it's like, oh my God, look over here, Biden is choosing women for this, or, you know, he's choosing a black person for this. Okay, but what are they doing? What have they done? You know, just cause, you know, their skin look like mine, you know, it does not mean I'm gonna automatically cheer. This is like so insulting to people's intelligence. But like I said, we already knew this was gonna happen. Y'all hoes were so convinced you could push him left. This is what I'm saying. This is what I'm saying. It's like every time people wanna pander to the black community, tell them sweet nothing, whisper sweet nothings in their ear, and when they get into office, this man not even a goddamn White House is. When they get into office, they show who they actually are. And to me, he's always been showing who he actually is. So my only issue with people is their fake shock and surprise that this shit is happening. People told y'all. And lastly, if you want to know what's going on with Donald Trump, Trump was on Twitter saying, hey, guess what, Kemp, you need to overturn the Georgia results for this fucking election. And Kemp's office sent a thing back saying that you know, state law prohibits the governor from interfering in the election. All these girls are trying to distance themselves from Trump, and I think it's hilarious. Kemp said, girl, now that's some obvious shit that I can't get away with. You can ask me to do other bullshit, but you know, that I can't get away with that without taking my ass to jail or something ridiculous happening to me. So it's ridiculous as usual, and the week has only begun. Thank you all so much for watching. Like I said, make sure that you check out patreon.com/AdrianExpression. I love you all so much, and make sure that you have a good goddamn evening.
You look like another guy.